Can you believe it's been a year since we voted in the glow squid? Well, not me. Hey, Minecraft Live is happening again this Saturday. It's a wonderful time of year filled with new features, new product announcements, plenty of content to milk for YouTube videos, and of course, controversy.
It's the glow squid!
So there's gonna be another mob vote, or as some people may call it, Dream selects the new Minecraft mob. Now that they've unveiled the candidates, I thought I'd make a video talking them through. And then, I'm usually not brave enough for politics, but I'm gonna give my opinion on which one I think should be added to the game so that Dream can make an educated, informed decision. You're gonna choose the best one, right?
I was really not expecting that.
Before we get into the mobs, I'm sure you're sat there thinking, Jardon, what are you wearing? That's just the coolest long sleeve shirt I've ever seen in my entire life. And you can get one yourself if you're interested. It starts tomorrow, October 14th at qualitycontent.com. Link in the description, the new Cyber Noir drop. You've got this awesome printed all around long sleeve shirt. There's of course joggers to choose from, t-shirts, hoodies, hats. Dude, the screen printed ink that's on like the joggers and the shirts and the hoodies and stuff, the blue parts of it are like sort of subtly glow in the dark. Under a black light, they go absolutely crazy. It's super cool. Anyway, you should check it out. Again, link in the description. It runs through Sunday and then it's gone forever. You could even multitask and order while you're watching Minecraft Live. I mean, that's a pretty cool idea. Anyway, thanks to me for sponsoring me. We'll go in the order they were introduced, so that means first up is the glare.
Oi. Hello? You're so cute! Are you lost too? I don't like the darkness either. Yikes! It's too dark in here. You must be the glare, the mob that lets players know when they are in an area that is dark enough for monsters. The glare flies to dark areas for you. When it gets grumpy, you will know that it's dark enough for monsters to spawn. You can also bring it with you and proves once and for all that you can be grumpy and cute at the same time.
I don't know why it reminds me a bit of Oscar the Grouch. I don't know if it's what it looks like or if it's just the fact that it's very grumpy when it's in the darkness. But anyway, from what I gather, the glare doesn't like darkness and yet for some reason feels compelled to go to it where it can proceed to brood and be angry, presumably at you for creating this situation where it could be in darkness. Is it a masochist? Couldn't it just, I don't know, not go to the darkness? Seems like a really easy problem to solve, but what do I know about the demons that it's facing? Anyway, it could be cool in like being able to highlight an area of your base that you don't realize is a bit too dark. A creeper could spawn. It could sneak up on you, steal your stuff. Oh man, that would be a bummer. But does it work in like a radius? And if it's light in a certain radius around the glare, it'll be happy? Or is it just like, I must seek out the nearest darkness, no matter how far, so that I can go be angry again? You must be able to treat it as a pet, or at least put it on a lead and take it to your base or something so that it can detect light. It would be cool if you could tie it into redstone signals, maybe, so that you could get some kind of survival light level detector. I'm sure that would be useful for some kind of creation, but that's all speculation. None of it was confirmed in the video. Next up, we've got the Allay, not Ally, Allay. Roll the clip.
Tiny Agnes, where are you? Hello, fellow music fan. You're my only friend now that Tiny Agnes is gone. Here, take my last cookie. You deserve it. Typical. You must be the Allay. Thanks for collecting all these cookies for me. Would you do that with any item I give you? Hooray! No more collecting for me. And you dance too? Amazing! If you give an Allay an item, it will collect matching ones for you. It also loves music. So if there's a note block nearby, that's where it will drop them.
Okay, this one seems really cool. I mean, wait, I'm not supposed to show bias until we've gotten through all the candidates, but being able to give the Allay an item and then it goes and fetches that item or related items and brings it back and deposits it in the nearest note block area, you could have a haste beacon set up for mining, And then what if you give it any kind of ore, and then it will just go and fetch all the ores that are sitting on the ground because your inventory has filled up. It's like having a magnet, and then it will just go dance at the nearest note block like, hey, look, I deposited this stuff for you. Aren't you proud of me? It seems pretty cool, but also in the example, they show it with cookies. So that makes me think, does it not even necessarily have to be an item that's dropped on the ground? Could you give it cocoa beans, and then it's gonna go fly around the jungle and it will actually mine the cocoa beans that are on the trees for you, rather than it actually having to have already been mined? Because that would be like absolutely huge. Can you imagine if that would work for farms, if it would fly around and it would actually harvest the crops for you? I don't know the extent to which it'll be able to do that, but it seems like a very practical ability, and it's really cute, and it follows you around and it dances. Okay, not supposed to show bias, but the Allay, it shows some promise is all I'm saying, but we're not through yet. Allow me to present the Copper Golem.
Look at this lovely copper.
Is that a Copper Golem?
Yes, it must be old, or in time they freeze into statues.
Let's build our own Copper Golem. Maybe it can help us.
This one has a lot of life in it.
We're saved!
The Copper Golem is a mob that you, the player, can build yourself. It oxidizes over time and loves to randomly press copper buttons. So, they would be added to the game as well.
Okay, kind of a lack of information about this one in comparison to the others. It sounds like you make it out of copper, obviously, and then it'll run around and press copper buttons, which will also be added if this is voted for. Oh, and it oxidizes, so you'll have babies and senior citizens that you'll be able to tell apart without having to name tag them. But other than that, will it follow you around? Obviously, the common thread here is they're all sort of like pets. And a golem, it sounds like it could have a lot of health, right? So that would be cool to have a pet that would follow you around that's not immediately susceptible to a wandering arrow from a skeleton, and it'll just get knocked out and that's it. And then you're sad forever. So I like that aspect. Also, because of the lack of information, maybe there is some way that you would be able to train your golem so that it presses buttons at certain times. That said, I can't figure out how it would be more beneficial than just having a redstone timer circuitry, whether it's hooked up to a farm so it dispenses water and then harvests your crops. You could do that with redstone already with a timer versus having the golem press it, but also having a cool little golem assistant could be kind of nice to help you out there. But now that we've introduced all the candidates, it's time to get to the dangerous part of the video where I give my opinion. If you're sensitive to opinions, you may want to click away. You're still here, so I assume that you're cool with it. Okay, well, let's start off by discarding the glare. Okay, here's the theme, right? It's pets. And so I have to look at this on two fronts. One, what do I want to have as a pet? And two, how useful is it going to be? The glare kind of doesn't check either box. First off, I can tell if it's dark. It's not really a problem that I've been wanting a solution for ages, being like, oh, I just can't figure out how there's darkness in my base. Where is the mob coming from? Like, you kind of figure it out pretty quickly, even if it takes a surprise creeper attack. And also, there's the part where it purposely seeks out what it doesn't want so it can be angry about it. And that just doesn't seem very fun. It reminds me of the cat that I used to have at my mom's growing up, where it would be like, oh, please pet me. And then you would pet it, and then it would just death grip your arm and destroy you. It would do like the back leg kick, and your arm would be destroyed. And you'd be like, but you just wanted to be pet. Anyway, that reminds me of the glare a little bit. Sorry, Oscar the Grouch, but you're the weakest link for now. If you like the glare, that's fine. It just seems like it doesn't have the utility and pet appeal of the others. So that leaves the Allay and the Copper Golem. It's a harder choice between the two. The Copper Golem, though, it seems like it might be a little redundant because there are already iron golems, right? And so it's just a smaller version of that made from a different metal. And so it's not like something new and unique and cool enough, in my thoughts. Also, we just didn't get to know enough about it. I just wanted to know you better. Do you enjoy interacting with my pet wolves that I have? Do you like cats? Do you interact with the iron golems? You friends with them? Or are you like just natural foes and just massive amounts of copper golems will swarm an iron golem and just take it down and cause it to rust and oxidize. Is that something? Is there a long-standing feud? I just want to know your history a little bit, and you didn't give that to me in the video. Also, like, do I want you running around pressing buttons in my base? You remind me a little bit of Ranbu in Volts Wars. Oh, you didn't watch Volts Wars? Right, it had more than one episode, so I understand. I like the concept of it, especially if it can follow you around. It's just cool to have a golem pet that follows you around and is potentially like really robust, and especially if it could fight on your behalf, it seems like it would be pretty cool. So like, I don't immediately discount it, but then we have the Allay, which, knowing what we know about it being able to actually fly around and collect blocks that you tell it to, it just seems like a really, really cool mechanic. Also the fact that it's just cute. It's like a Vex without the vexing part. And I like the idea of having one, and it just, you know, it'll be less susceptible, I feel like, to mobs attacking it. Sure, you get a stray arrow, but how hard is it to shoot Vexes with an arrow unless they're coming directly at you? It's such a small target, which makes it probably more robust. Probably won't have that much health to go along with it, but maybe Mojang will implement a way for you to make your pets a little bit more robust. It would be kind of nice. It's long overdue. I'm too scared to take my wolves anywhere because they'll just get wrecked. So maybe that'll come. Maybe this will be the pet update 1.19 or something like that. Would be pretty cool. But it being able to collect blocks and then deposit them at a location while also seeming like just a really cool, unique pet. Right? You don't have any currently tameable things or friendly mobs that can fly around and follow you and stay at your shoulder and also have the utility. So, with the information that's been presented, my vote goes to the Allay. And I'm curious though, feel free to leave your comments down in the comments section. I'm also going to do a little poll in the community section on the channel so that I can see what your actual votes are looking to be. I actually want to say though, I think all the choices this year are more exciting than the choices last time around. Like, all three are infinitely better than the glow squid. This isn't a situation where I'm gonna feel the need to make a glare demonetization server. If the glare were to win, I'd be like, oh, okay, the glare won. I thought that the Allay would be a better choice, but you know what? Oscar the Grouch is fine, I suppose. So I'm glad that we're on a little bit more of an even playing field than we were last year. So whatever your choice is, I respect it, and I just think that the Allay deserves your vote a little bit more, that's all. Okay, cool. I hope you feel educated about the candidates and you're ready to go out and vote on Saturday. So with that said, thanks so much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. Like the video if you liked. Make sure to check out the quality content Cyber Noir drop starting tomorrow, Thursday, October 14th, going through Sunday, and then it's gone forever. Link in the description, qualitycontent.com. See you later.